Hi, Hayden here, and this video is going to be part of the Creators Helping Creators series that I'm making. And this one here, I want to talk about the new thing that we get to see on our main is YouTube Studio, right? YouTube Studio, and this is the main graph kind of thing. But I want to look at the real-time activity, do a little compare and contrast here to what we have now as opposed to what we had before in Creator Studio. So let's go ahead and see more. It puts it up full screen. This is very nice. I like this quite a bit. And the fact that it goes down 30 videos. They give us a 30 video of our, whatever's in the queue here. And what I mean by that is in the last 48 hours, we're going to see certain videos that came up, and look down at this column right here. It says 10, 9, 9, 8 down there. And it should have all of whatever we're seeing in 48 hours. Assuming somebody watched something, there should be something there. And then in the last 60 minutes is the one on the right, which is this one over here, and then it'll very quickly get down on mine to 0, right? And then of these, because I'm looking at them in the 60 minutes, the 48 hour one goes down to 0 as well, because it's really focused on the 60 minutes. So we see an icon, pardon me, we see the icon, the thumbnail, right? The name of the video. We can go see the statistics right from here as well, which is an upgrade. That's good. If we wanted to watch the video on YouTube, maybe we forget what we did, we can check it out there too. So these are upgrades, I think, to the old version. But let's go take a look at the old version and see something that we don't get in the new version. And what I'm talking about here is we can see the device type, the operating system, and geography right from this page. So it'd be great to be able to see these things here too. And if we could, we'd really be cooking with gas. I don't think it goes down for 30 videos, but it goes down pretty good down there. So, it looks pretty good. I mean, it goes down good, well enough, right? So if we want to look at the last 48 hours or the last 60 minutes, now that's another thing about the old one that I don't like. It kind of blanks out and comes back. So now we're looking at the last 60 minutes. This is the last 40 hours. We can select it, and we can select by date. These are the same options that we have in the new version, right? But see, it blanks out, it thinks about it, and then it comes back, right? So everything here, except for this part here, I'm going to come back to that. Let's go back to the new version again. And this I love. I like this quite a bit more. I think there's an option here that you can put that little blue circle with a plus in it, and we can add different parameters to it if we wanted to. And maybe this is the place in which to put device type and geography and things like that. What is that? We have device type, operating system, and geography, right? So you can see what people are looking at our channel with. So let's go to device type. And this is an important thing because for me, this was one of the reasons why I decided, rather than using my professional cameras, to use my cell phone to make my videos, because a lot of people are watching my videos, let's see, about the last 60 minutes, also mobile phone. So in the last 60 minutes, last 48 hours, a lot of people are watching my videos on the cell phone or a mobile phone, and then tablet is separate, right? So between tablet, we got 120 and 620 on a mobile phone. That's 740 views as opposed to 310 on a computer, right? So on a mobile device, that's what I'm looking at, why to let you know why I decided to shoot video on the cell phone more than any other device that I might use, like a camera or camcorder, recorder or something like that. That's the reason why, all right? So because most people are watching them on a cell phone or a mobile device, and my, the ZTE Axon 7 shoots great video, why not use it, right? And on a smaller image, the image is going to look, actually, it's funny, because you think about it a long time ago, if you had a smaller image, a smaller TV screen or something like that, the image from your VHS VCR, if you remember those, if you're younger, maybe not, the image actually looked better in a smaller window on the screen. And if you have a 720p computer, right, or my really good, it's a gaming laptop, but I use it for testing, purposes. And it has a really, bad camera on it. It's got a 720p camera on it. I'm like, what in the world are they thinking about? That was not even the standard at the time. Should have been at least 1080p, if not 4K, when I bought the thing, right? Should have been really 4K. But anyways, because the video image, on the top of my screen up there, the camera on my laptop is a 720p. If I make myself do a side-by-side thing in Open Broadcaster, and I do an image of me on that, I can put it in the corner, and the image looks pretty clear. But if I make it full screen, well, then it gets choppy, So, that's the kind of thing about that. So anyways, but on the mobile phones and tablets, because they're smaller screens generally, maybe 13 inches, 12 inches or something like that, and on a phone, maybe 6 or 7 inches, the image actually looks pretty darn good, right? So that's one of the things about that. So back over to the new version here again. I like this quite a bit. You know, it updates live. You can bounce back and forth between the two. Now it thinks, well, you know, it thinks, but it doesn't blank out and come back. You know, it does that gray out and then it comes back. And we can look at by the published date. These are the most current ones that we have. So in the last 48 hours, I can see, you know, what's going on with those, what are being watched most often. And in the last 60 minutes, I can do the same thing and see what's being watched most often right there, right? And one of the funny things, let's look at it by the last 60 minutes first. We'll get rid of these things up top here. I mean, that's just giving me the numbers. That's how many people saw it there, and a visual. You know, it's giving me the numbers over here, 28 in the last hour, 1,084 in the last 48 hours, and I can look at them. I see visually what's going on. But if I want to see, you know, really what's going on, I need to come down here and look at it. So in the last 60 minutes, let's look at these videos down to here. Then they go down to 0. So in the last 60 minutes, we can look at, this is 2018, 2017, 16, 1 from this year, right? And that's it. So we only got 1, and all the videos that were watched in the last hour, we only got 1 from this year, and it's the one that just came out today, right? As a matter of fact, it's about this. It's about the real-time analytics side by side, all right? That's actually what I'm talking about here in this video. But in this video, I'm talking about a little bit more about some of the things that we can see and how we can see them and things like that, and comparing with the old version, all right? I actually like the graphic up here better because like this doesn't have the lines in it unless you hover over it. But this one here, when you go up to the thing, I don't like the little white lines through there. You know, it just kind of takes away from it a little bit visually. That's just me. Oh, also the other thing is in the old version, it had green for the last 60 minutes. So instant recognition of what you're looking at. And when you do the side by side down here, that's cool too. And like even with the video, in each individual video, you know, it's like different colors. So it's like, you know that 60 minutes is on the right, 48 minutes is in the middle, and by date is on the left. But the color recognition, the different color recognition, that was kind of a nice touch, you know, and a little white line in there. I don't really like that. I like this. I like the full, you know, the solid color across better. I'd really like it solid across here too. All right. So anyway, anyways, let's get back over here to this one here. So anyways, in the last 60 minutes, I see that, you know, and what I'm talking about here for everybody out there is you can see how your videos are performing. This is an individual video performance like right now. So it is the last 60 minutes in my my best performing video is that Melamine one, right? So when we're good, this is a great video for me. And the painting grout lines is also another great video for me. The front facing camera on a cell phone, that's an excellent. These are like my most, you know, best performing videos ever, and they're from 2017. Somewhere down here should be my Google Flight Simulator thing. If I hit 48 hours here, see if things change. Something about that, the Google Flight Simulator video should be somewhere in there because that does pretty good as well. There it is, right down there. And that's from 2015, right? So 9 views in the last hour, and this is from 2015. So March, right? So what, 4 years ago? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, okay, you know, a couple of years back, you know, and it's doing pretty good. So that's, you know, you like to see that. Also, so let's see, 60 minutes, again, get down to this one here, 2018, 1 from this year, and that's it, last 48 hours. Let's see what we're doing. 2017s, 2018s, 2019, we got 2 of those, right, from 2019. Oh, good, they like the wildlife, all right, 34 views there. That was that live stream, one of the live stream experiments that I did. Let me see here, 2019, 18, 18, 17, another one from this year, right? So I've done videos in 2019, but they're not like up there in the top, right? So I kind of talked about that a couple of times, and this is, these are the views for the last 48 hours of this video, right? And these are the views of this video in the last 60 minutes, right? So we're seeing this thing kind of, you know, bouncing up. And let's go look at the statistics for this video, as a matter of fact. And let's bring this out to the lifetime of the video. Now, you see what I just did here. Let's just go back here. We're going to have to go back into, okay, good. It went back into it. So this is a video right here, right? And we got the last 60 minutes. We got the last 48 hours. But right from, and this is something you can't do in this old version of it. You can't do it that way. It doesn't work. You'd have to go to the video that way, right? Let's see what happens here. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, that didn't really work so well. So anyway, so from the video right here, you can go for the analytics right there on that individual video. So you really don't get that clean on the older version. So this is something that's really, really great in the new version. Let's go look at the analytics on that, and let's punch it out to the lifetime analytics, right? This is what I want you to see on this one here. This video is opposite of what normal videos are. Like if you're a personality kind of person, like, you know, some of the most popular people on YouTube are, you're going to see a mirror image of this kind of graph here on your videos. They're going to start out really, really hard and heavy. They're going to hit hard and heavy, and they're going to kind of, fade away. You hit hard and they kind of fade away. My videos, thankfully, have been actually becoming more popular over time, and I greatly appreciate that. And that's part of YouTube helping us out a little bit, even though I'm a small channel. And by the way, the definition of a small channel is less than 10,000 subscribers. I've seen it in a number of semi-official and official documentation, web pages or whatever from YouTube and others that, below 10,000 were small channels, above 10,000, at 10,000 and above, and that's actually another level, from opal to something else. And I can't remember what it is right now, bronze maybe, but before silver, and then silver is 100,000. So from 10,000 to 100,000 is a big jump, but you get the idea. But so my video started out way back when, wasn't very popular, wasn't being seen very often, and then lo and behold, we stretch out over this area, and the part that's forget the teeth, forget the teeth part of it, the solid blue part. That's why I like the solid colors, because I don't like the lines through it. But if we look out over it, the solid blue part is higher, right? So the teeth come way up here. These are spikes. But down here, the bottom part of the spike, kind of like the stock market, right? The bottom part, as long as this blue part's getting fatter and healthier and larger and everything else, it makes me very, very happy. Number one. Number two, this is a problem solving thing around a home, especially like if you're a new home buyer, you go in a new home, maybe the cabinets look fine, everything. You bought the home, right? And so maybe the cabinets look fine and everything else, or let's put it this way, you're looking at a home that you might want to buy and the cabinets don't look that great. The structure of the cabinets is strong, right? And the everything's fine. The doors are hanging on there. They open and close evenly. You don't have to do a bunch of adjustments or anything, and everything's fine. But in this particular one here, the removing melamine, that plastic coating thing, this right above that microwave there, that's one of the plastic coatings. And where my hand is in this particular image up here, that's where the melamine has been removed. I already removed it. So it looks pretty nice. It's a nice neutral color. It's not too much different from the color just above the microwave there, right? So you can paint that thing whatever you want. You have to prime it, right? Because it's got some kind of a glue material in there, and that stuff can outgas too. You can look that up online, see what that's all about. But that MDF board, I think it's called, that can outgas, and there's like a slight glue in there. That's what held the melamine on in the first place. But either the melamine didn't stick, or it was like 18 years old or whatever. I removed it or something like that, and so go ahead and you heat it up with a hair dryer and just a regular hair dryer, and I pop that stuff off, and then you can paint it, prime it, sand it, prime it again, do another sanding, light sanding, then you can paint it up, do another light sanding, and then finish coat it, and thing looks great, right? It looked absolutely fantastic when it was done. This was a series of videos I made on this, all right? But this one here is doing pretty good, right? And it meets my requirements. Almost, I like 50% or better here, and I like this one here at the very end to be better than 25%, but that's okay. People are going in there, so they're seeing what they need to get done, right? Getting the job done and popping out. I picked up 117 subscribers from this video. It made $62. It's still making money this day, because last time I looked at it, it was like 61 or something like that, or 60, and we got 79.8 thousand views on this thing, or minutes, all right, 25.9 thousand views, and 79.8 thousand minutes of watch time. So this one here's done pretty good. So that's what I'm talking about here, is we can go in there and rate from, and I really like that. I mean, that was a nice feature. Let's go do that again in this one here. Let's look at a front-facing camera on a cell phone thing. Let's look at these stats here from lifetime, right? I don't know. I hope it's the same kind of deal, right? It should grow over time. Okay, it grew a different kind of growth pattern because people were very interested right away. Now, I made this video in 2017, January 10th, 2017. Started out getting 12, that's 12 views in minutes, right? So 12 views, or no, that's minutes. Okay, so 11 minutes and 34 seconds, they round up to 12, all right? But you see the dark blue thing gets kind of more solid. And there's a drop right here. I don't know what that's all about. But then, the blue area gets kind of solid. So hopefully on an Android device that this is still helping people to this day, 2 years later, right? 2+ years later. Picked up 90 subscribers from this video, right? It's done well for me. It didn't do well right away though, right? So it did well later on. But now we hit this backspace button here to return to the channel, and it goes back to this chart. This is great because what it normally did is it went back to this chart, and then you'd have to go back in again. It's like, okay, great. And what I was looking at was the see more on the real-time activity. So we'll go back into that again. And then let's look at the grout line one. We'll look at the stats. I really like this. Is so much easier to use, right? And let's look at lifetime. So in the last 28 days, this video alone picked up 3 subscribers. Let's go ahead and lifetime this one. And I put this one out in May 8th, 2017, right? 2 years ago. Close. Well, closer, coming up close on 2 years. But look at this one. Same deal, right? It started picking up. And then the blue, the solid part of the blue is better down here. So it's grown over time and people watching it and checking it out. And we look at the audience retention for the lifetime, 48.8%. That's good. That's close to that 50% that I like. And this is better than what I like. The very end thing, that's the 100% view part, 34.6%. I like that a lot. Anything over 25% is fantastic, right? And then and it's growing more popular over time. So that's good. I like that a lot. And then again, we can go back and look at our stuff. So that's what I really want to point out. The difference between the two is I would like to see these things as well. I would like to see the device type and everything. We go back a space and show back to the videos again. I don't like the blank. It blanks out and then comes back. I don't like that. I prefer the gray. That's a nice feature with the gray one and then coming back up. But I would like to see the device type, the operating system. In all honesty, I don't care about that so much. We can see it in other things and geography. But let's pop back over again here. And in this, we can see it in other things. As a matter of fact, I was right there already. Let's go ahead and look at this see more thing again. We're going to go back to where we were. And nope, we can't. From this one here, we can't because it's not the same pop-up thing that comes up. So let's go up into here, into this. Okay, this is the main chart up above here. We click on this, right? And we can see, then we can see all this stuff. So we want to see geography. We can see that. Like that's the other things that we could see in this old version. We can see device type, operating system, and geography. In the new one, we just have to go out. So, man, a little inconvenient, but not so bad, you know, whatever. But we can see the geography here, the device type we can see from here. And then I'm going to come back to right to this one here in another. And there was one more thing that we could see over there. Geography, device type, and operating system. So operating system is probably under more. So let's click on more, and operating system's right there, right? So most people are going to be on Android, all right? So that's going to be a mobile device, Windows, Apple, iOS, Macintosh, Smart TV, Roku. All right, so that's cool. That's cool stuff there. And then let's go back over to here to, I wanted to see device type. All right, so now this is for the entire channel. Look up here, check it out. It's the entire channel, not just any particular video, all right? And let's look at lifetime. Some things might be blanked out. That's fine. Just as much information as they can give us. And we can see that, I don't see a mobile phone. Okay, right, okay, so mobile phone, 38.9% on a mobile phone and 6.8% on a tablet. All right, so I'm going to change this to the last year, which is where we had quite a bit of growth. And mobile phones 36% and tablets 6.9%. All right, so right now, as of the last year, and I guess for lifetime in general, that across the channel, computers where just over half of everybody's watching the thing is watching it from. The watch time minutes are coming from a computer, but the views, let's do it by views. Let's do that. Okay, mobile phone. Okay, so the percentage of views, 49.9% are being watched on a mobile phone. All right, so 49.9% on a mobile phone, and then 6.6 on a tablet outweighs the computer. But that's kind of close. All right, so these are interesting, statistics to see. But here's another one right here: the 4 minutes and 8 seconds from a computer. The best watch time percentage of the duration of the average view, right? The best view is on a TV at 4 minutes and 41 seconds. That's fantastic, all right? I'm not sure how that works. I think that's, if you have that subscription to YouTube TV or something like that, I think that might be it. I'm not 100% sure. The computer is, obviously like what I'm making this video on now, all right? So this is a really good statistic there. And this is this is lifetime. So lifetime, and that's only back to 2012 here when they started measuring all these things or whatever, or what they included in going forward. And so that's interesting. So these are things that I like to see. Like device type to me still determined, and it's by number of views. The watch time minutes is one thing. Yeah, more people are watching on a computer, and TV. That one there's probably going to grow over time as people start cutting the cord from the cable companies and everything. I imagine this is going to grow even more over time. So right now it's 2.2%, and the views is 1.6%, but the watch time percentage is greater. right, of any individual video, right? So I'll be watching this one here. So for me, just now, during the making of this video, I've determined that, hey, this is something to watch. This is one of those categories to watch. Going down the road, TV, I'd like to see how that happens. On tablets and cell phones, or mobile devices, or mobile phones, I guess mobile phones, these two numbers here are going to be very interesting, as well are the number of views. So the number of views are better on a cell phone, but the duration of the video view is going to be a tad shorter on a mobile phone overall, right, in general. So anyways, that's cool. So that's information that we can get, bounce around between the two systems here. This is now YouTube Studio here, and this is Creator Studio here, right? Let's get up in here. Okay, so overview, real time in Creator Studio, right? This is Creator Studio up here, right? And this is the last 28 days. And let's see here. And real time under analytics, this is a real time one. And this screen here, without these options here, looks like this in the new version. And from the new version, we can go right into statistics or the analytics, or we can watch the video. If there's some reason why we want to watch the video, we can do that as well. Or let's see, if we go to the statistics, if we go into analytics, when we do that, we can also go into the fine details. We can change up information about our video here. We can change our thumbnail if we want. Here's a hair dryer. We can change that information there, and we can do all kinds of stuff in it. So I really like this better in YouTube Studio rather than Creator Studio. But it would be great if these were green like they were in the old system. It's like the comfort of migrating from Creator Studio to YouTube Studio. You know what I'm saying? This not being the same color, this being green like the old system, might kind of help the transition a little bit, because we see it like this is green and this is blue. That's just a nice. I'm going to make a suggestion to YouTube about that. I'm going to use their send feedback button and go ahead and do that. Now it doesn't show up. Their send feedback doesn't show up in this one here, but it does show up over in the main page. So it shows up here. So I'm going to do the send feedback thing, and in the real-time activity, I'm going to discuss that, and I'm going to send them that. I'm going to do it now after I do this video. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up, like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and make a comment below. Let me know you came by to say hi. But don't forget, subscribe to the channel, helps me grow on the network, and I greatly appreciate that. Until I catch you in the next video, take care and be well.